I'm Jane Piper, and I'm a rape survivor. And this series of videos is exploring my healing process after being raped. And today I want to talk about the importance of sharing our story. I wanted to share my story pretty much immediately after being raped. I'm just that kind of person. I process things outwardly. I kind of have no filter. But not honestly, I wanted to let my friends in on what I'd experienced, my closest friends. And I thought it was really important that I share my story and let them know what I had been through, because I knew that I was going to be experiencing this for years to come probably. And it's in fact how long, it did take years to heal. And I wanted to have my friends' support and encouragement along the way. So I wanted to tell them, and I made a few phone calls and let them all know what had happened to me. And one friend told me a story. We'd known each other for a very long time, and I knew that she had had a similar experience when she was in high school. And I hadn't known about it at the time. She kept it a secret and was quite frightened to tell anyone at the time. But she told me that she could relate to my desire in telling people about it, because she used to feel at lunchtime in high school that she wanted to get up on the cafeteria table and say out loud to whoever was there, "This happened to me and I'm going to be okay." And when I think about that, it just gives me chills, because it's exactly how I feel, and it's how I want to express myself. It's a beautiful thing that victims want to share their stories. Victims don't want to be heard because they want everyone to think that they're victims. Victims want to be heard because they want everyone to know that they've survived something, that they're survivors, that they're going to be okay. That's what it's about, that we're all going to be okay. And that's why we want to share our stories, to let people know, to let people in, to let people learn from us. And I can't express it enough how important it is for me. And this story from my friend I've carried with me through the years, and I took it with me 6 years ago. In fact, it was a day in court that I faced. When I was facing the man who raped me, he was pleading guilty and he was at his sentencing hearing. And I went to give my victim impact statement, and it was a little different from other sentencing hearings, because what was different with mine is I invited the media. I did not want to be faceless. I did not want to be voiceless. I wanted to shout loud and proud, "I'm Jane Piper. This happened to me and I'm going to be okay." So I did that. And with the help of the media there, the videos went viral. And all of a sudden I was getting calls from news outlets to do interviews, and other news outlets were sharing the story online and creating their own stories. And then about a year or so later, I got contacted by the Investigation Discovery Network, and they wanted to do a half-hour television program about my story. And this was very exciting, because I got to say my story in my own words and tell my story in my way. And this is a beautiful thing, because you get back the control that you lost when you're raped. When you can tell your story in your own way and you can control it once again, you're taking back the control and empowering yourself from the violence that you experienced. And that's what I did. And this TV show was shown all over the world. It's still seen all over the world. And I get letters from people messaging me on Facebook, telling me their own stories, their own personal stories of recovery and survival. And it's such a beautiful thing. And I feel so encouraged and validated that by sharing my story, I'm encouraging others to share theirs. And that's what I want to do here. I encourage you to share your story, even if it's not about rape. Perhaps you have a life-changing thing that happened to you in your life, and I want you to own it. I want you to own your story and own what happened to you and share it with other people, because it's a beautiful thing. And when we show each other what's inside ourselves, when we let each other in, we empower ourselves and we empower others. And that's what I want you to take from this. So if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy my story, perhaps you know someone that it would be helpful to, you can send them to my website, janepiper.com, or to our Facebook page. This is Jane Piper's This Is Rape, Stories from Survivors. And you can check us out on YouTube. We'll be releasing videos each month. Thank you so much.